at what happened to Nikola Tesla, that energy is their control factor. It's their control variable. And it's really disgusting almost if you step back and think about it, what they have available for the general public if they truly just wanted to provide it. We wouldn't have to be paying absorbent electricity costs, paying, absorbent fuel costs. But it's all for control. It's really all about control. And that's exactly what it is from the very, very beginning. It's that technology's been around for quite some time. It's frustrating at times, to say the least.
That's definitely one of those things that'll do it to you.
Yeah, I mean, but
unit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know that that's something that they've been sitting on, and but you just have to accept the fact that that's just what evil does, and we're in a fallen world, so it's to be expected, and that's where I think some folks don't understand is why they don't put a stop or this or that and this and that. We're in a fallen world. The God of this world is, the king of darkness, so this is expected. And there won't be resolution until our king returns. So it's just a matter of just dealing with it. You know what I mean?
I think fundamentally it's what goes back to where it is that we find our hope and where we find our strategies to combat the kingdom of darkness. Because this is ultimately what we are born to do, is to wage a war on that deception, is to wage a war against that manipulative power that they have. Because at the end of the day, the fear that rules in the darkness is their fear of death, is their fear of judgment, is their fear of reaping what they've sown. And fundamentally, so much of their entire life agenda is to stave off the inevitability of their demise, is to try to hold as much ground and consume as much life and to store up as many souls in their coffers of deceit while they still have the ability to do that, because the reckoning is coming. The inevitability of judgment is something that is inescapable. The wrath of the Most High is unstoppable. And they know that that's an inevitability. Like it says in the book of Colossians, though, it says, that is why we from the day have heard have not ceased praying for you and asking that you be filled with the knowledge of his desire in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, to walk worthily of the master, pleasing all, bearing fruit in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of Elohim, being empowered with all power according to the might of his esteem, for all endurance and patience with joy, giving thanks to the Father who has made us fit to share in the inheritance of the set-apart ones in the light, who has delivered us from the authority of darkness and transferred us into the reign of the Son of his love, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, it is him who can give us wisdom to navigate these waters that we are dealing with. It is him who can give us the power to overcome our adversaries and not be bound up in these chains of despair, because as wisdom increases, so too does sorrow. You can spend the rest of your time on this earth evaluating and understanding the mechanisms of these conspiracies of darkness that have operated for so long, but it will lead you to a place of despair unless you have this assurity, unless you have the mind of the Messiah, to be transferred out of that kingdom of darkness and to be transferred into the kingdom of light. When you can have that and be clothed with the mind of Messiah, it will give you the ability to operate successfully wherever it is he puts you. Because even at the end of the day, I know that as much as I can look at the terrain map from the public side of who all these people are, I know that the Father has his agents planted in all these different places all over the world, whether that's in the underworld or not. Every time when I see in the scriptures a great evil empire rises, I see the Father always raise up a remnant against it. He always raises up a standard against it, even as Ahab is coming to his ascension and he's destroying the kingdom and blotting out and executing the righteous. You know what? His number two guy in all of the kingdom was a servant of the Most High and was smuggling in witness protection prophets of the Most High and feeding them bread and water in caves. Like, he still had his agents on doing the righteous work, protecting and preserving his people. He still had that happening at the king's side. He raised up Daniel, a teenager, out of nowhere. he raises him up and literally plants him in the heart of Babylon. And he uses him to minister deliverance and restoration and preach the truth to godless, hating pagan nations, and to literally cause the kings themselves to make proclamations about who is the Most High and why you need to submit to him. I mean, there's story after story after story of the masses of the world being turned towards darkness, and the Father can raise up a single man, a man who's filled with spirit and conviction of him, and walk in boldness and truth and literally turn the world upside down. As much as I see all of these other agents operating, I know that the Father has his precisely placed people who at any time he can use to turn that entire kingdom inside out. He can still utilize any one of us, any of you who's watching this today, no matter where you are, what you've been through, what you've gone through. You can call upon him and have transformative power in your life so that you can be a vessel in his hand and a tool for the absolute restoration of peoples whose lives have been shattered. You can minister healing to people that are in so much pain and suffering, and they are desperate for hope. And at any given time, you can be part of this amazing redemptive story where, as much as evil has prospered, you know what? There is going to become for us an irreversible immortality, an absolute promise of hope, an eternal hope that we need to overcome the doubt and the despair that this world has to offer us. But you know what? He has power to deliver and to ransom no matter what the circumstances of the world are bringing us.